Hello everyone and welcome to another video about the REPU and about myself. So the first part is mostly going to be me talking. There were a couple of things that happened that I want to explain. Most importantly, the REPU is now going to have a name, and I'll tell you the story why and how I got to that name. It all makes sense, so if you're interested in that, feel free to listen to the first part. In the second part, I will then continue working on the metal. I have one part kind of prepared already, and in the middle of preparing that, I got some news and had to abort everything. So basically what happened. Yesterday, 2 weeks ago, 15 days ago, that was 3 weeks ago actually. So that was the 9th of July. I was here in the afternoon. I met with my friend. He gave me a quick introduction on how to use the metal bending machine and everything. So just that I'm able to kind of start shaping the metal as I need it for the REPU. And in the afternoon I had an appointment with a friend. So it was about archery. I went there, and in the middle of archery training, I got a call from my mom, and she told me that my dad is not doing too well. He's in the hospital, in the intensive care station now. So he just wanted to let me know that he's not doing too well. And my plan at that time, again it was Friday, was that since I was on vacation, I would on Monday return to work. I would let my boss know that I'm taking 2 weeks off. No, not taking 2 weeks off, but I'm going to be remotely working for 2 weeks from Spain, so that for the time my dad is in the hospital and basically can't help with the garden and everything, I would be there. I could help out my mom because she doesn't like to drive, and she's not too convenient, not too used to it really, because all those years my dad was primarily driving. So she just asked me if I could come down. Sure, it should not be a problem. So the plan was Monday, ask my boss just to get the okay, which should not be a problem. Wednesday, take a flight to Spain and be with my parents. As it turned out, an hour later, she called me back and said, my dad just died. He had a septical shock, which kind of is blood poisoning, and with that the organs stopped working. That all went very quickly. In the afternoon he was still fine, and he was still talking to my mom and everything. He had hallucinations, but again, I mean, medication can cause these kind of things. So yeah, on Friday evening at 7:30, my dad died, and obviously instead of flying there on Wednesday, I took the next best flight the next morning, and on the 10th I flew to Spain to visit my mom. Took care of everything, so that was tough, I have to admit. And yeah, the reason why I now want to name the REPU after my dad. So the name of the REPU is going to be Max. Simply because when they were here around about a year ago, it was pretty spot on actually, a year ago. That was the last time they were in Switzerland visiting me. That's actually also the last time I physically met my parents, except for my mom now. And I mean, my dad was 77 at that time. He now died with 78. His birthday was the end of June. And yeah, basically, if you remember the footage from back then when we started to tear down the REPU, my dad had such a blast. He was enjoying it so much. That's what he used to do when he was younger, when he was self-employed, before he met my mother and everything. That was his daily business, and he hasn't done it for many years, and he really, really enjoyed it. He was actually following the videos as well. He was watching the series, even though he doesn't understand English all that much, but he was just curious on how I'm doing. So because of that, I'm gonna label or name the REPU Max after my dad. And my plan really is that on the interior, so just behind the seat, on the wall that closes the cab down basically, I'll need to see, I'll likely not gonna do it myself, but I'll see if someone can do either some sort of pinstriping, or maybe is good with graffiti or something, just to get a little memorial for him in the REPU. Because again, he enjoyed it so much, he was really following it, and he was really looking forward. They would have been here around about 2 weeks ago, I believe. The plan was to first come to Switzerland, they would then carry on and go on a cruise, just to, yeah, to enjoy and see something else, go to different countries again. That obviously all fell short due to that. But again, life needs to go on. You might see that I'm still a bit emotional, obviously. But again, overall, life needs to go on. I've been already working again this week, so I'll carry on. That's definitely what my dad would wanted to do. He wouldn't want anyone to just sit around, suffer, or stop living just for the sake of someone who's dead, because it doesn't change anything. So that's what I will be doing. But yeah, there you go. That's what I wanted to let you guys know. That's the reason why, unfortunately, I was not around for a while, and that's also the reason why we are now only carrying on. Now, basically, where are we? Let me take you with me. So the REPU is still the same. You remember I rust covered it, so it will not continue rusting again. Was some tests, just my friend showing me how to determine if it's straight or not, as you can see. So what I started on said Friday, I took my very first piece of metal, and the plan was to mimic the floor, the part, I'm missing one hand, basically reproducing this part here, up to this side here, and basically up to here. So just these, and my friend was telling me, like, just do it the whole straight. We can then hammer it down again. We can put something underneath, like a half a pipe or something, and then just hammer it down again to make it flat. Need to see how that works or goes or whatever. So I need to see if my friend is coming around today or not. I honestly don't know. He said he's around. So I would be curious to see how this is to be continued. I absolutely have no idea, but basically those are the same as these. It's up here, going down. But my plan was today to create these this channel for the cable that goes to the back. So the rear lights, power cable for the tank, I believe. So the fuel pump, I believe. Not 100% sure, but I believe so. And then again, maybe carry on even with this one up to here, the seam. I need to see. I really don't know. But basically the plan is to just replace this whole part here. The back seems to be good. And then carry on with this part here before we continue with that part. And I guess I will then continue with this outside part here somehow. And then the last one is probably going to be our famous upper part of the firewall. I honestly have no idea how that works. It seems to be super complicated for me how to do it with all these small thingies. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'll definitely need my friend for that. But yeah, there is rust everywhere, as you can see, or rather rust holes. So that all needs to be done one by one. Get it sorted out. Damn it, there's also some rust in here. Not ideal. I wonder if you're gonna just cut it up. Maybe. Just cut it off. Well, I don't know. I'll need to see it with my friend. He's the expert. He knows how to do these kind of things. And then we'll know. But yeah, that's the plan. So now I need to wait for my friend to arrive, just to open up the place next door where the machine is for bending the metal. And I will then time-lapse you with me on starting to create this channel. All right, let's carry on. So actually, before we carry on, I was just sitting here staring at my friend's FD. I noticed that his dear Evo is leaking. Seems leaking oil. Poor FD, just getting pissed on. Damn it. There is no progress on the Evo whatsoever because my friend was waiting for parts. So these, there's some smaller, like here, I believe, this part here, and the right side as well. So I think he wants to finish the left side completely, so it's stable again, so he can cut out the right side. That's kind of prepared to do so. However, the good thing is, you know, like he waited a couple months to figure out that, oh, parts are not deliverable anywhere. So that's when he asked me, he's like, hey, can you have a look? Maybe you can find these parts. And sure enough, I found them in Japan. Just close this down again. So we have brand new Evo parts here. These metal parts on the very end. So with this, what should I say? There's no more excuse to not continue on the Evo. So let's see how long now it's gonna take until he continues. But yeah, just wanted to show you quickly the update, or the not available update on the Evo. Now we carry on. Gut. Ja, genau, Siri. Okay. Okay, I made it slightly wider. Tiny little bit wider. Like 3 mil. Should be okay. Slightly wider I don't think is a problem. There is space in 3 mil, like 2 centimeters, that's worse. Yeah, half a centimeter. Half a centimeter wider. The angle looks spot on. Just slightly. I guess it's the bend. I didn't calculate for the bend really. Should be okay. All right. So that's basically the channel for the wire. And next would it's like 8 total width. The whole thing is now only 23.7, so 1.3 centimeters less. That's perfectly fine. It's more than enough. All right, that's the channel. And the idea is basically that once we know how much space is required, we can then still bend it up for the closing at the door. However, I have no idea how to continue from here. So